Sebastian at Astera. Astera, one of my favorite companies.
Really?
Yeah, oh, by far.
Okay, good to hear that, yeah.
We were just talking about how when the AX1 tubes came out, me and my friend Josh over at Strange Old Rental House made this little like demo video because he wanted to rent.
It was a very funny video. Really,
yeah.
we all liked it a lot. The whole Astera team is true.
For a year, people would we'd be at events like this, and people would go, "Have we worked together?" And I'd be like, "Nope, you Googled AX1 tubes." And they go, "That's what it is." And now obviously
that's that guy, yeah.
And on the podcast, obviously, it's just a running joke now. Where I go, oh, we had these sky panels, oh, we were using these cream source, blah, 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 diffused like that. I'm like, and how many tubes? And they're like, oh, we had, 5 cases. It's on every film set. So it's really cool to see how they've progressed. But you've gone past tubes and the hydro panels, which are the brick lights, if you don't know, we can show you. And now we're doing more traditional lights with the same engine and the same engine. Yeah. So walk us through it.
It's definitely a wider range. We have our latest product are these Fresnel lights here. They're battery powered, so you can move them around. Let me just set it up here real quick on a stand. We have 2 versions of them. The smaller one, our Pluto Fresnel, is an 80 watt LED engine, which means a 300 watt equivalent. And further back here, we have a Leo Fresnel, which has a 250 watt LED engine, which makes it about a 1K equivalent. Both of them have our usual Astera ecosystem features, meaning the Titan LED engine, fully color tunable, really nice saturated colors. We have a control system which is going over the air wirelessly, so you can control them with the app, same as Titan tubes and so on. We have lumen radio built in, plus you have the same menu structure on the backside, what people are used to, and that makes it much more easy to use it.
And you've got the traditional like white balance, HSI.
Of course, yes, sure.
XY coordinates.
Sure, we have these built in as well. Yeah, exactly. And then what it really does is like a Fresnel light, you have a zoom, like every Fresnel light has basically. You have barn doors here to control the beam spread a little bit more. You can use them.
Obviously.
Yeah, and you have all the Astera style of adding grips on it. You just add it here. You can remove these brackets for different ways of installation. You can move the bracket holder back and forth in case you want to tilt it a bit more. You can adjust accessories here to this, like our runtime extender, if you want to get a few more hours of. Do we have a runtime extender here? Yeah.
Just a
battery plate, basically.
V-mount as well?
There's V-mount and gold mount, and you can just slide it on here.
And this also,
click.
For people's knowledge, this also can extend the hydro panels and the tubes as well?
Yeah, it works with all our 24 volt lights, which is most of them. Tubes, hydro panels, pixel bricks, and so on.
Yeah.
It's IP55. Usually we're IP65, but that means the same water protection, but because of all these big holes here, it's not as dust protected as our other lights, but you can use it indoor, outdoor, wherever you need it.
Yeah. And you said runtime max power without the extender, just battery, is 2 hours on the 300.
On this unit is 3 hours on max brightness. On the bigger unit is 2 hours.
That's 2 hours, right.
Exactly.
And that's max brightness. What's the, you said 300 and 1K, right?
Exactly, yeah. There's one special thing, what no other Fresnel has, I believe. You can just take out this lens, barn door first and lens. By the way, check it out, it's plastic, so it doesn't break. Yeah.
But you know what's wild is it doesn't feel plastic. Exactly. You can tell it's plastic, but it feels glass.
It's funny,
Joe, you got to feel this in a second.
What we can do is we can add this projection lens, we call it. This one has let me take out the gobo here real quick. Can you hold this for a sec?
Yes, of course.
Thank you so much. So we have a projection lens here with knife blades, so you can really control the beam very well. We even have a zoom built in, so you can increase the light projection. And we have a gobo insert here, so you can project shapes. We even have color gobos and so on. Let me just and you can then like play with the colors and just give a bit of extra style
white
to
balance.
your. Yeah, you're right.
Oops. I know how to.
Here, for example, yeah,
There
exactly.
you go.
Something like this here. There you go, and you have a rather or a pretty clear projection here.
There you go. That's what I was looking for.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, so it's almost like a two-in-one product. The lens, of course, you need to buy separately, but it's designed as a really good Fresnel light. But if you need, it can also become a really good LiCo projector, but with a zoom, which is something quite unique there.
Yeah. Well, and especially with systems like the CRLS or anything, the more powerful lights are you well, we'll get to that. The more powerful lights you're getting and being able to bounce things and so exhausted. What I'm trying to get at is projector lenses are seemingly becoming more popular with many manufacturers. So it's great to see that you've already got it going here.
But unlike other companies, this is really nice and compact and not like a big thing. It's still handheld and nice. And portable.
What are the price points for this?
Well, look, I'm from Germany. We're a German company, so I don't know what exactly this retails here. We are talking about around €1,000 street price in Germany.
For the 300?
For the 300 watt unit.
And then the 1K is...
And this one is more like €2,700.
Okay.
Street price.
Rad. And you guys, do you know what the TLCI is on these? It's the same.
It's
LEDs
the same as our Titan tubes and all the other lights. So usually people are quite satisfied with this. So it is between 96 and 98 throughout the entire range, between 3,200K to 6,500K. No matter what setting you have a really good TLCI there.
Yeah. And is there? I know it's probably a little early, but is there any plan on making larger version, like a 5K or something like that?
We are definitely looking into it. Probably not a 5K though, but we are looking into these things. It took us quite a while to get this this technology developed, including this plastic lens and so on. It's not easy, and the projection lens was also not easy. But now that we have the technology, for sure there will be some other Fresnel developments in the next years. Yeah.
Very cool. Next, I think we should talk about the exoskeleton, because I think
there's always some interesting developments as well if you come along here. So exoskeleton is a third-party product which is designed to work especially with Astera products. There's a bunch of things what it can do. One for them, for example, is that you can connect multiple tubes together with this special connector here. You also have corners which you can screw in. Then you can build structures like this one here in quite a nice and straightforward way. One thing I really like are these caps here. Let me just take this off. So, when you see these Titan tubes on TV, you always know immediately that it's a Titan tube because it has these clamps there.
My girlfriend has this bit where anytime we see one, I've trained her. She's a dancer. I've trained her. Now she goes, "Hey, the tubes." Like
exactly, look, yeah. And I mean, this is really part of it. So if you install it with this part here, and put it on the ceiling, it looks like a T8 tube, especially for the 1 meter Titan tube. So this can help to disguise the product a little bit.
Yeah,
that's one way. And one last thing here, what the exoskeleton company has done new are these tattoos, they call it. So it's like a sticker what you can put on. They're even reusable, just to give it
they're not adhesive. They're static,
exactly,
right? Yeah, it's a cling.
So to give it a different look, and I mean, you can imagine how many different possibilities you have with something like this. You can do 1,000 different styles of improving your Titan tube or changing the look of it. So basically, I mean, Titan tube is a whole system. It's not a tube. It has, I don't know, probably 10 different companies now make accessories for us. Some of them never even contacted us. I just see it on Instagram. Hey, what's this? I said, wow, I never heard of them. Great. Yeah. These guys are actually friendly with us. That's why we have them here at at the show. Yeah.
The final one was this just mounting bracket, so it doesn't look like. I think you touched on it for a second, but just so you don't have to use
exactly.
These clamps,
Yeah. If you have a look here on the back side, yeah, it's just a different way of attaching them.
And then there's also this grid.
Yeah, there's a grid as well where what snaps on here, so it's a very nice and light little thing. Doesn't take much space, and it gives quite a good optic. Yeah.
It's funny that you guys made a light that's so popular that you have to now disguise it because the average person knows what it is.
It is funny, but I mean, we've all been there. We all spotted it here and there, and
it's a fun game to play because I'm like, full disclosure, like we're friendly with each other, so I love seeing my friends succeed. So anytime I see them as a practical, I'm always like, and that's how I again train my girlfriend. I was like, the tubes.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Also, real quick, just to point it out, we can make a different video about it later, but these are the hydro panels. I feel like they're just not very commonly known, but it's the same thing as the tubes. They're just bricks, and they have like magnetic diffusion and what's the other one? Not diffusion. The
grids, filters, and
so there's in the box. There's the diffusers, but then there's I'm trying to say enhancer, but that's not right.
Intensifiers. Yeah. So to narrow the beam from 120 degree to 80 degree without really losing much efficiency, we have intensifiers there.
Yeah, and the runtime on those is a lot. It's like 8 hours.
They're quite powerful. Like No, it would be more like 5 hours on maximum brightness, I think, or depends on the setting. You can set the runtime anyway to whatever
and you can link them together. You don't even need cables, which I think is really cool. They have the IR port, so you can like link a bunch of them together, and then controlling one controls all of them. It's really neat. But it's essentially a Titan tube in a brick form.
Yep. Well, we even say it's a Titan tube in a different shape. That's kind of It has 6 pixels as well.
Right.
That's useful for some
and you
operations.
Can DMX or CRMX individual those 6 zones. Right?
Exactly.
Cool. Well, thanks for showing me all that, man. I'm
nice.
always a big fan of this.
Yeah, thank you.